You are now listening to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, episode 212, recorded on June 28th, 2015. Brought to you by Frigid Blast Studios in association with NoobReview.com. Hello and welcome to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, your home for quarter munching fun. And I'm in the final stretch in more ways than one. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And I may not have been able to play many games this week, but I pulled a tarmogoyf. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
What now?
Alright, so one of the most valuable cards in current Magic that's played in Modern is tarmogoyf. Is this?
All right, what does he do?
His power and toughness. Well, his power is equal to the number of card types in all graveyards, and his toughness is equal to that plus 1. And he costs 1 and a green.
Right. Okay. So he's really good against the current grouping of decks, isn't he?
Well, he's just really good, period, for any deck that runs green, because with the amount of fetch lands and spells and things, he quite often is like a 3-4 or a 4-5.
Yeah, for 2, that's really good.
Yeah. So he's a super valuable card that was only printed once in Future Sight, and has been reprinted now twice in the first Modern Masters from 2 years ago, and the current Modern Masters out now.
All right.
But both of the Modern Masters reprints have been mythic rares,
yeah,
which weren't taking place back then. So he's still really valuable. So I got third place at Friday Night Magic at Bodox Games, or tied for third, and I got
it's pretty good.
3 normal packs of store credit, because see, Modern Masters packs are $10 versus a normal pack is like $3.54, depending on what your store charges.
Right.
So I just banked the store credit at $9 and then bought 2 Modern Masters packs because he had an open box that had 4 packs left.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'll just use that to mostly pay for 1 pack, and I'll buy 1 more pack. Because, it's basically a lottery ticket, because, there's a few rares and foils in there that are worth some decent money.
Yeah.
So I opened the first pack, and there was a couple of the uncommon reprints, that are okay, but no real money. And I was like, So I opened the second pack, and because I know I go straight, to the back, each Modern Masters pack has a foil, so I just go straight to the back with the foil, and then the rare. So the foil's there, and then the rare I see, just go ballistic. Because I live in the dream, hashtag live in the dream, I pulled the tarmogoyf. And I sold it.
Pretty good.
I sold it to one of the players that only plays Modern and Legacy. One of the older players. I sold it to him that night for $115.
Damn, son. You made bank.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's something. The card store, like TCG mid, which is what stores would go by, is about $150.
Mm-hmm.
On the low end, it's about $135, and Wizards has come up with these new fully recyclable card packs. They're not, the foil things anymore like we're used to. Mm-hmm. There are these fully paper things that, like, you have like a little tab that you pull to open the pack, and it's caused some of the cards to get damaged during shipment. So there was a little.
Maybe they need to thicken that paper up a little.
I guess I don't know, or pack it a little tighter so the cards don't bounce around. I don't know, but I mean, there's a lot of times where the Modern Masters cards get a little bit, and this one was slightly, like the edge was slightly, very slightly chipped, and because it was somebody I knew and was a friend, and the lowest, and eBay always sells things low. Like eBay, I looked it up, they were selling pretty consistently for $130. So I took a little more than 10% off, which is probably about how much money I probably would have only gotten about $110 after fees and shipping. So I asked for $115 and he accepted, and I went and deposited that money.
That's a good surprise amount to have.
Yeah.
So you had fun then?
Yeah. So I've done pretty good with Modern Masters packs. I've pulled a card worth something. I think I've opened 6 packs, 6 or 7, and I've opened 3 cards worth about $15, and then now a tarmogoyf.
Yeah, that seems like you're getting pretty good odds on those.
Yeah.
Might be worth getting those last 2 packs then, if they're still there for that one box.
Well, no, he went and immediately other people started buying packs. He's got 2 cases of it. So he just opened another box and threw those packs in the box.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that with a box with only 4 packs left in it, there was a tarmogoyf, and I got to pick my own packs, so...
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good. Oh, man. So, you had some fun.
Yeah, because I didn't play much in games.
Well, sometimes you get busy.
Yep.
Barely played anything yesterday when I was editing the show for last week. And
I'm going to be playing more games when we get the next episode. There'll be a lot more retro stuff, but...
Yeah.
Because I am...
Well, it's easier to play shorter games and game demos. So it's always nice to be able to do a quick demo for a game and then go, okay, well here's what this is, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. I've mainly been, trophy hunting to an extent, so...
Yeah. Well, how about we talk about a little bit of that trophy hunting?
Okay.
Alright, let's get into our Now Playing. So, what games you been hunting trophies in?
Witcher 3. I've been doing...
It's a good game to hunt trophies in.
Yep, I've been doing, the Witcher contracts and just going around doing those. I did those a couple different nights. There's a few of those that have trophies for completing them, but I've just been trying to do all the ones in the Velen, Novigrad region. I have like a couple of those left. I went to what I thought was the final city. It's actually the Nilfgaard the main Nilfgaard army camp. That was like the last place that I hadn't gone to yet, like the last notice board. And I got a couple of quests there, so it's like, do those 2, get level 35, get that trophy, do the couple other Witcher contracts there in that area, and then I have a crap ton of stuff to do in Skellige.
Alright.
So, that's pretty much it there, just been going around there. And then the other game that I've been doing trophies for, and I got them all caught up, and this will be my 2nd platinum, because it's really pretty easy, is Life is Strange.
Okay.
So the game, the only trophies in the game, there are 5 different ones for completing the episodes, and then there are 11 different ones for getting all of... Each episode has 10 photos to take. And then there's an 11th trophy for finding all the photos of a certain episode.
Okay.
And the game has a collectible mode where it does not... If you go in there, it does not save any choice you might make, because sometimes you have to progress the story a little bit to get to where the picture is.
Right.
And you can just find the pictures and take them, and then once you take them, just exit out. So if you go look at my PSN, I'll have like I've added like 20 trophies to Life is Strange in the last week, is because I've been finding all these pictures that I missed.
Okay.
I missed a lot of them in episode 1 and 2. A lot in episode 1, a decent amount of them in 2. I found most of them in 3. I think I missed like 3.
Strange coincidence that you only missed 3 in episode 3.
Yeah. 3 or 4, something like that. But,
So, I guess you could say life is a little strange like that.
good one.
I try.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I do have the Dragon Age expansion bought and downloaded to play. Like I said, I'm going home for the next week to see family, and that'll involve some Wii U and retro NES, Super NES stuff. So
yeah. Well, you'll have some fun when you come back then.
Yeah, and we'll have to get the episode done the week I'm back, because the following week I'm going to Chicago. So.
Oh, jeez. Oh, you going to another Grand Prix?
Well, it's Star City Open in Chicago, yeah.
So qualifier.
Well, no. I mean, Star City's its own circuit, but
okay.
all their tournaments now are 2 days, like Grand Prix are.
Okay.
But it's also spending some extra time up there to go see my old co-worker and that I went and stayed with the last time, Cheetor Lives.
Okay.
And it's going to be, I am going to Galloping Ghost Arcade. I have taken extra time beforehand and afterwards. I'm going to Galloping Ghost Arcade. And
also, make sure you don't go through that Easy Pass thing by accident.
Right, yeah, well, I'm probably going to, like, each day, like, go through. I don't think the tournament's at the same place.
Okay.
I don't think so. I haven't looked for sure.
I'd say go ahead and look later.
Maybe I did and it wasn't. But even still, I learned my lesson. I'm going to check whatever site that is every single day and just make sure that I don't get a surprise letter when I get back.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to have that happen again.
Yeah.
All right. So that was it, huh?
That's it.
Short week.
You know?
I mean, it hasn't been that long since we last spoke. I mean, it's only been since last Monday, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Well, yeah, I mean, Tuesday night, that's why I was doing. Wednesday night, that's why I was doing. Thursday night. Yeah, I mean, I've only had 4 nights. And last night was working, and yeah, so that's literally about it.
I actually forgot a game that I played this week. I might add that to the list right now. How could I forget that I played some Minecraft? I mean, really.
Okay.
That's a memorable thing. I don't know how I forgot that. The only thing I really did was finally enter the Nether for the first time on this world save. Yeah, I didn't get a very good Nether seed apparently, because as far as I can see, there's no Nether fortress, and you kind of need Nether fortresses if you want to get Blaze, if you want Blaze Men to spawn. And Blaze Men are really the only way to get Blaze Rods, which you can turn into Blaze Powder, which then allows you to do a bunch of other things. So I think I'm kind of stuck having to re-roll the Nether with the options menu. Thankfully, they did include that option a long time ago into what you could actually do. So that's rather helpful, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So next time I go to play that, I'll just re-roll the Nether, and hopefully I'll get a Nether fortress this time. So I was playing a little bit of that on Xbox Live, Arcade, 360. Then I was playing a ton more of Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. I'm in the final section. I can see the end of the game coming. I'm almost there. I just have to grind a little bit to get one of my units up one more level, and then I could finally finish the game and have everything unlocked again. But man, it's just this last section where you're doing the Wizards campaign for the finale. They make you grind so much. It's the only section of the game where you are required to grind, because otherwise you are in some serious deep trouble because of how powerful some of the enemies are. It makes no sense why they would do that, but they do. So, yeah. But other than that, I'm so close. And it's still such a good game. Still need more people playing that game because it's still so good. Alright, and then I accidentally clicked, and I mean accidentally clicked, the start button on the demo for this game. So I didn't intend to play it at the time until I hit the button. I'm like, oh, well, okay. I guess I will try this out. So I tried out the demo for the Dishwasher, Vampire Smile.
Okay.
It's, man, it's weird, to say the least. It is a fairly button mashy, but it's really fun.
Now this is the second one, correct?
Yeah, this is the second Dishwasher game from Ska Studios. This is the game where they learned their lesson and didn't put achievements with that weren't powers of 5 in there.
Yeah.
So that's literally one of the bullet points when you get done with the demo. It's like, hey, the achievements are in powers of 5 now.
Yeah, I
remember. They really should be.
It was either PAX Prime or E9 or East 10 when I went and I asked him, like, and you could tell he had been asked that question, like,
a lot.
Yeah,
I think it was PAX East.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just love that that's one of the bullet points.
Yeah.
So you play as a character whose name I cannot remember at the moment because I accidentally skipped the intro cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like she is turning into a vampire. Because she has weird powers like being able to turn her body into a mist of blood and reappear at short distances. And you can use that to puzzle solve, getting through gates and such. Mostly just traverse, really. It's not really puzzle solving per se. But it's also good for combat because all you have to do is tap the right stick and you're just instantly teleported in the direction you tap it. So it's good for avoiding enemy attacks. It's good for getting behind enemies. It's just a good move to be able to use all around, really. The demo is 1 full level long. This is the entire opening scene. It's a fairly long level, though. You get, I guess technically you get 2 boss fights, really. I was gonna say maybe it was 1 mini-boss and 1 boss fight, but it really is like 2 boss fights for that level. So it's actually a fairly meaty demo. I would recommend this game, because it's only $10. I had a lot of fun with it for the brief time that I was in the demo. It's pretty fun. It's decently challenging, even on normal mode. So yeah, I definitely would recommend it, even though it's got an odd art style. It's very sketchy, hand-drawn style, black and white, with a whole lot of red for the blood. The option says the choice to let you turn the blood into black so that it looks a little more aesthetically matching of the rest of the game. But I left it as red because it's a nice contrast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brutal. It's a brutal game. A lot of the melee executions are literally like you biting people's faces off and ripping their arms from their bodies. Oh. It's pretty brutal, but it's the art style makes it so that it's not super gory. It just looks brutal because you can't quite tell exactly what the main character is doing to these people.
Mm-hmm.
At the end screen, the demo also said for the bullet points. They also mentioned that you could play as the Dishwasher as well as this new girl. The demo leaves off with a fairly sizable spot where it's like, oh, you don't have an arm now. Which is, I'm guessing, where she replaces it with the chainsaw that she's running around the game with, for the most part, with. So,
Yeah, improvise.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta go with it, just like Ash from Walking Dead, or not Walking Dead,
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. So it's a fun game. Definitely recommend that one to everybody who's in for some action platforming, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Good game. Then we'll switch off to the handheld real quick before we go back to Xbox One. I played a demo for the 3DS eShop game Stretchmo. It is exactly like Pushmo and Crashmo.
Okay.
With the exception that instead of pushing or sliding blocks off of each other to have them crash, you stretch the blocks in different directions. You can stretch the blocks up to 3 squares in any one direction. It plays exactly like Pushmo though. So, I mean, I'm okay with that because Pushmo was fun. The demo is odd because it's the first 10 puzzles that get you acquainted with the basic rules of the game and such, and then give you at least 1 or 2 challenging-ish puzzles at the end. After that, you're put into a lobby where you can choose what pieces of the game to download for a price.
Mm-hmm.
The entire full experience, which is 3 separate sections of groupings of puzzles, they have a decent number of puzzles in them in the first place. The main campaign section, which is 100 puzzles or 120 puzzles, something like that. The side one, which is like another 40 puzzles or 50 puzzles. And then the super hard puzzles, which are like based off NES sprites and stuff. That's another like 50 or 60 puzzles. The entire thing as a whole is only $10, that's a decent price for the amount of puzzles you're getting. If you were only going to be interested in the main 120 puzzles section, which is the basically like the minimalistic story mode, that was only, I want to say, $6. So it's a decent price for what you're getting. It's also a heck of a lot better deal than Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, which was absolutely terrible. So, yeah, I'd recommend this one. Again, it's if you didn't already have enough Pushmo in your life, this is definitely going to be for you. So that's pretty much all there is for that demo. Then I was playing a ton more Destiny. Yeah. There's really not much else to say. Other than I equipped my hunter with 2 pieces of armor that pushed him up to 28 instead of 26.
Yay!
I didn't actually play my hunter, but I just put 2 pieces of armor on. That just bumps your light level up so much higher than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. Yeah, there's really not much to say about Destiny. It's grind. It's really all it is. Just trying to level up pieces of armor that I could use for later on, and that's about it. Then I was playing some beta time for one night because, as I said last episode, I didn't realize it was only a 1 week beta. And if they hadn't extended it for one extra day, I wouldn't have even been able to play it. But they extended it for one day because they had so many troubles the first day trying to get everybody in.
Mm-hmm.
So I played the beta, multiplayer beta, for Gears of War Ultimate Edition on the Xbox One.
Okay.
That's some hella Gears multiplayer, that's for sure. Now I remember why I don't play Gears multiplayer. I mean, regular multiplayer, because Gears of War 3 was a little bit faster, a little bit more fluid. Gears 2 was a little stiffer for multiplayer movement, and I'm guessing Gears 1 was really, really stiff, because Gears of War Ultimate Edition is really stiff with the movement in multiplayer.
Gotcha.
And just in general. It's not as fluid. It's not as fast. I was starting to get annoyed by the roadie run camera shaking.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of annoying now, especially after so many good first-person games that didn't shake the camera when I'm running like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's... I mean, if you really want super powerful shotguns that can kill you from a fair distance away with 2 shots, and you could barely put enough Lancer ammo into somebody before they do that, yeah, this might be for you. It's definitely not for me, though. Maybe I'll get it when it's on sale, just so I could play through the original campaign again. But it's not something I'm going to be buying full price or day one, that's for sure. That's kind of all I've been playing. So much Destiny. I can't stop. Won't stop. Game won't let me stop. And people think I'm faking it when I say that I can't stop. I can't stop.
I'm just shaking my head.
There's so many things I can do. So many pieces of gear I can level. I have to level them. I have to be ready. When somebody calls on me and I can finally do those raids, I have to be ready. That's all I've been playing. How about we get over to the news before you sigh anymore?
That sounds like a plan.
And now, the latest game news from around the world.
Alright, and first up on the news, we got word that there's a new Transformers game coming, and it looks amazing. It looks so good.
Well, could that be because it's being done by Platinum Games, specifically being headed by the director of Metal Gear Rising, and it's Gen 1 Transformers?
Yes, I think that has a lot to do with it. It just looks so much like the original cartoon graphics. As soon as I saw a screenshot, I was like, when is this coming out? Because I need to know.
I think it's September.
I might be getting this game. It's looking that good. And if Platinum nails the movement and shooting in that game, I am on board 100%. Let's just hope this doesn't wind up a Legend of Korra versus a Bayonetta 2.
Right. Because Platinum's doing a lot of different stuff right now, so...
Yeah, they're like divided in 20 different groups or something. I don't know how they're doing it. But yeah, it's crazy how many things they're doing. So hopefully this functions way more like Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2, and as far away from Legend of Korra as they can get. Because that was just terrible combat.
Well, another thing Activision hopes works out is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
I mean, sure.
Coming out in September.
Yeah. So I'm guessing September is going to be a little bit packed, huh?
I guess somewhat, yeah. It still grinds my gears so dang much that there is nothing in July and August, beginning of August, outside of like literally like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the games are not done, I can understand them not releasing games.
But then, starting on the 25th, it is so jam-packed. Like,
Yeah, I know.
do you honestly... I found another game that's coming out on the 25th. I know I ranted about this last episode, but that... oh gosh darn it, that... Genkai... It's the Sega fighting game on PS3 and Vita that has Selvaria from Valkyria Chronicles in it, and the Sword Art Online characters, and
Right, okay.
that game, the Japanese fighting game that I cared somewhat about just because it had Selvaria in it. That's also on August 25th.
Yeah, that seems like a poor choice.
To join Until Dawn and the Dishonored Complete Edition and the Gears of War 1 Ultimate Edition and Madden.
Yeah. And the Rare Retro Collection.
Well, no, that's at the beginning of August. That's
okay.
That's like August 3rd or 4th. No, that one actually was smart and came out at the beginning of August.
Yeah.
They didn't cram it onto Madden Day.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing the rest of August, and then now, we got all cram in on Madden Day.
Yeah. Well, at least Tony Hawk's not coming out then. It's coming out September 29th.
Yeah. It is on the new platforms and the old. However, I don't know how the old platforms are going to be because the game has a heavy online component, and that will not be present in the 360 PS3 versions.
Yeah. So it's probably got to be gimped in some significant ways.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope they don't gimp Guitar Hero Live in similar ways.
Yeah, so this is kind of their multiplayer mode for Guitar Hero.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be launching on October 20th for all consoles. Literally all consoles.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're putting it on mobile devices. Awesome. Because, I mean, really, that's what you want to be doing when you're standing there waiting for your bus or whatever. And I'm probably being a little harsh on the mobile versions. That's probably actually a decent thing to be doing.
So, this is going to have free-to-play elements in it because the Guitar Hero Live section, there are coins that you earn, or you can buy stuff with you can buy stuff with real money.
Yeah, that's the Guitar Hero TV mode. Yeah, I don't quite understand why they're doing it the way they're doing it. But all right, fine.
Well, and they're trying to differentiate themselves from Rock Band because there's no DLC songs. They're just going to throw packs into Guitar Hero Live and have it exist in there as the cloud. You can wait for them to come in the online events, or you can pay real money to have access to them all the time.
Yeah, because that sounds like fun. As opposed to just paying for the songs or song packs that you want.
Yeah, and then the coins. So the coins that you earn, they only let you play the song one time.
Oh, awesome.
So to have unlimited access to the extra songs, you have to buy them.
Yeah, as if I didn't like the way Activision was handling music games in general.
And expect them to cost about $2 a pop.
I mean, that's normal-ish pricing for songs.
Or,
that's actually not bad.
buy an all-access pass if you're planning to have a party and have access to everything for a limited time. Just like Microsoft's karaoke app from a few years ago.
Yeah. Just feels grimy.
Speaking of...
You're feeling grimy. We talked about a little bit last episode that Destiny was getting expanded with a new upcoming section that's going to be added onto the places you can visit. It's going to be called the Taken King. The titular Taken King is going to be visiting in a giant dreadnought that you'll be able to run missions on.
Yeah, because remember the DLC raid? Yeah, you kind of killed his son. He's a little pissed.
Oh, just a little. So Oryx is kind of looking for a little bit of revenge.
And the expansion clocks in at $39.99.
And that's just the base value that they're looking for. Because there's digital collector's editions that are worth $80.
Yeah, or the physical one that's exclusive to GameStop. And that has a whole bunch of exclusive stuff. And people were like, WTF.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people were not happy. So Bungie went, right, we're sorry. We'll sell you the DLC goodies separately so that even if you don't get the collector's edition, you can still get the bonus stuff.
Yeah, for another $20.
Freaking $20. I can't believe they think that that's worth $20 for 3 class items.
3 armor shaders. Well,
3 armor shaders and 3 class-specific emotes. Granted, the new exotic class items are going to have actual effects on your character, because they're going to have associated stats and perks. That's not worth $20. I'm sorry, it's just not. Thankfully, though, they are doing one nice thing, and that's for anybody who has been playing since launch and has purchased the existing expansions, so that would include me, even though I didn't purchase them, we'll be getting a little bit of VIP bonuses. So potentially a year 1 specific armor shader and maybe a year 1 title card or maybe class item. Not entirely sure yet. They'll have more information soon. But some kind of bonus is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely necessary because $40, if all it's going to give me is another set of missions the size of, let's say, Venus or Mars, that's not exactly enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not $40 worth. I might be tempted at $30. $40 is a bit much. But we'll see if I crack as we get closer to its release on September 15th. So, what do we got on this next game? It's
the King's Quest remake.
Okay. Yes, King's Quest: A Night to Remember will be hitting Xbox One and PlayStation sometime in
July.
July.
But this is episodic, so it's 5 episodes. Sorry, they call them chapters.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. This is the more bright and cheery game that's made more for family gaming. Okay. Right. Oh no, okay, so it is coming out for PlayStation 3 and 360, as well as PC.
Yeah, it's coming for everything that's not Nintendo.
Yeah. So yeah, it looked okay when I saw some screenshots. Now that I'm remembering it. But, we'll see how it throws out.
It has a lofty, lofty goal to meet. Life is strange.
Oh, there's not going to be many games that pass that one, I'm guessing.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's the new standard bearer. Like if you,
For adventure gaming.
yes, to me.
Well, as a new differentiator for Rock Band, to get as far away from Guitar Hero as they can, they're actually adding Guitar Hero solos. So maybe not getting quite as far away from Guitar Hero as they would hope. But it's definitely a new mode, that's for sure.
And they're also they're coming out at the beginning of October. Now, the interesting thing with Rock Band, it is only Xbox One, PS4, whereas Guitar Hero is releasing on everything that's not the Wii.
Yeah. So, I mean, that makes sense because Guitar Hero Rock Band 3 was already on previous generation consoles. And you're allowed to import nearly every song, if I remember right.
Yeah, but only within the console family, so someone like me is screwed.
Well, I mean, still, if you ever got an Xbox One, you'd be able to do it.
Yeah, this is true.
So, I mean, you're not completely out of luck. You're just not in the loop right away.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you will be able to do guitar solos, which will be on key as long as you're hitting it in the right rhythm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, of course, it will sound awful. As most rhythm games do when you're not hitting something on rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it seems alright. It's obviously nothing that I'm going to be playing, but, you know, that's fine. So, as we said, October 6th will be when that releases for the current gen consoles. Then we also learned that early next year, in 2016, we'll be getting Dark Souls 3.
Yay!
I'm okay with this. Now, apparently they're saying this is going to be the ending of a trilogy.
Yeah, the final episode in the series.
So I'm guessing they'll be moving on to things like Bloodborne 2 or something? Because they've literally released one of these almost every single year. Be it a remake of 2 for PCs and stuff like that, or Bloodborne, or Dark Souls 2, now Dark Souls 3. It's pretty odd, but sure. Hey, if they can nail the feeling of Dark Souls 1 in Dark Souls 3, I'm probably on board. Because Dark Souls 2 didn't quite do it. So, be coming out for PlayStation 4, PCs, through Steam, and on Xbox Ones as well. So there you have it. And speaking of undead, because that's mostly what you fight in that game, The Walking Dead will be releasing a little mini-series thing sometime this fall.
Now, this is interesting because it's based off a specific character that has been in the comics, I guess in the TV show, is now being introduced in the game Michonne.
Is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know.
Alright, well, it's gonna tell you more about where that character was between issues 126 and 139.
Yeah. Like I said, she's also on the TV series. And this is sort of an expansion to Walking Dead Season 2, which means I'm going to have to download Walking Dead on my PS4. I bought that Telltale Complete package, so I'll have to do that. Because you have to have at least Telltale, you have to have Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 to be able to download it.
Yeah.
They promised to elaborate on that closer to the premiere date.
So I guess we'll get more information in about a month or two.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's all right. Need more info, obviously.
Yeah.
But the game will be playable on PC, Mac, PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and 360, as well as iOS and Android.
Everything but Nintendo.
Yep, pretty much. Alright, so then, of course, last episode, previous episode, not last episode, but the episode before that, we talked about Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, the Kickstarter from Igarashi. Yeah, it closed with $5.5 million in funding.
Yeah, so it's...
I'd say it did well.
Yep, it's pretty much going to come to everything that you would think it would.
Based on how much money it got, I would hope. I would hope it'd come to every console under the sun. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Eventually in maybe 2017, we'll get a little taste of it. Otherwise, maybe it'll be 2018. It most likely will be 2018.
Yeah.
Just because most Kickstarter projects seem to slip for at least a year.
All right, well,
okay. This is out of like left field and underground because I don't know where the hell this came from.
Well, remember that they did have the first game, even though that's like 6 years ago. I think that was like 08, 09.
It was so long ago, but it was so good. I don't know why you never played it.
I did. I played a bit of it, but...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you just never finished it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you should finish that game. It's really good.
Yeah, I have to get it again. I don't have it.
Well, you should. It's so good. You should never get rid of that one.
Yeah.
The game we're talking about was Afro Samurai.
2009.
And now they're...
I was right.
Now they're making a sequel. Afro Samurai 2, Revenge of Kuma. Now, Kuma is the character in the series that wore the stuffed teddy bear giant head.
Yes.
And he's a little bit cybernetic because he was kind of brought back from the brink of death and was repaired with robotics. So this is going to cover a little bit of his backstory.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So this was originally Namco Bandai game.
Yeah.
But apparently they let the rights be owned by the producer. So the producer left and formed his own studio and took the rights with him.
I mean, sure, why not?
So that explains why it's been 6 years.
I guess.
Plus,
yeah.
Because the trailer was just a CG trailer that came out right before E3. And it's focusing on the new platforms, so...
Well, that makes sense, because those are the hot consoles at the moment.
Right, but it's just weird.
Yeah, weird timing, yes, but if he left and was taking the rights with him, then obviously it would take him a fairly long time to build up a team and put together the game for hopefully being bug-free.
Yeah.
Hey, the first game was amazing. If they nail the same combat style and feel, I am on board for whenever the game releases later this year. There's a lot of good games coming out this year.
Yep.
And speaking of games coming out this year, Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 will be kicking off September 15th in America and September 17th in Europe.
Yeah, Konami has a second game that exists. We were wondering.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Well, not that shocked.
Okay, but...
It's a line from a show.
But kind of reversing the order here, because this is also pertinent to Konami. What came out on PSN this week was Konami finally realizing, hey, maybe people paying hundreds of dollars on the gray market for one of our old RPGs means we should release it digitally and we get that money. So...
Oh, this was from Konami?
Yes, Sudoken.
Oh.
Yes, that's Konami's JRPG series.
Oh, yeah, Suikoden, yeah, okay.
Yes. So Suikoden
So-
3 from the PS2 hit PSN this week as a PS2 classic.
3 from the 2 from the 3. That's just so many numbers in a row.
Yeah. And then
I just think it's fun.
it's joining the second game, which came out last winter on PSN.
Of course, that's not the only release.
Well, we don't need to go through
Just the bigger names like Devil May Cry 4 digital, Batman Arkham Knight digital, PlanetSide 2, Ride, Shantae Risky's Revenge Director's Cut, and of course, the ever-popular cycling simulator Tour de France 2015. Because everyone wants to simulate cycling instead of actually cycling. Those games are so bad. They're so bad.
You know which games aren't?
Pretty much every Tales game.
Yeah. So we got confirmation that the latest to come West Tales of Zestiria, is coming out in the West on both PS3, PS4, and even PC.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. $40 on PS3, $60 on PC, and PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Can,
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Doesn't seem to be any collector's edition this time because of the split gen thing, so...
Yeah.
Which is good for me because I don't know if I can afford another Tales collector's edition right now. Since somebody got a Pip-Boy.
What? Really?
Yeah, I bought the Pip-Boy collection.
Wow, you broke down and got that version? Wow.
Yeah, because even if I...
What else does it come with? I don't remember.
A steel book. And a case for the Pip-Boy. And maybe some artwork and stuff.
That's not exactly worth the price.
Yeah, but it's...
Not for a plastic shell. It would have to actually be a full working Pip-Boy before it was maybe worth the price.
The thing is, it's going to be so in demand because it was such a short print run that even if I don't like it or whatever, I'd be able to sell it and make my money back.
It's going to be plasticky and it's going to be cheap because they want to make their money back.
Well, like I said, it's in demand, and like people are just like, yeah, I want to pre-order that collector's edition. It's sold out nationwide. What?
Of course.
Yeah, so the demand for it is going to be insane.
Yeah. And speaking of demand for gaming content in general, YouTube noticed that trend going up, so they decided to launch their dedicated gaming app and website, YouTube Gaming. It'll be coming sometime later in the summer.
And they also, at E3, had their own stage show hosted by Jeff Keighley. They had their own section on YouTube where they had all the different gaming, like Giant Bomb, IGN, etc., all clickable, easy to access. They had their own show, which the Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer debuted on there. The Walking Dead news debuted on there.
Was there a personal show run by the Rooster Teeth guys, or was that a separate show? Oh, it was? Okay.
Yes. It was them and Jeff Keighley. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I knew they had said they were going, and that they were hosting something.
Yeah. It was them and Keighley.
Okay. Well, YouTube's getting in hard and fast. They're trying to get that live streaming going.
Yeah, and I mean... I know I watched most of the press conferences on YouTube or the Giant Bomb stuff on YouTube just because it works better on slow internet connections.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can get you a better internet connection soon. At some point.
Well, maybe we'll get some Double Dragon games now, considering a company that actually exists has the Double Dragon license.
And a company that actually puts out games.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
So
Arc System Works has acquired Double Dragon and many other Technos brand games.
Including River City Ransom.
Yes, indeed. This, however, does put a little bit of a twist on what's going to happen for the River City Ransom Underground game that was coming out supposedly this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in talks, I'm guessing, still.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all the information we got out of that.
Yep. Remember Tearaway Unfolded, the PS4 port of their excellent Vita game?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, coming out September 8th for $40.
Okay. Sure.
Alright, we talked about it briefly last episode, but Oculus Rift had their press conference before E3, and the consumer release of it will come bundled with an Xbox One controller and wireless adapter.
Yes, indeed. Controller will only be compatible with Windows 10.
Yep.
Because the wireless adapter only works with Windows 10.
Yep.
Otherwise, you could just plug it in and have it work that way.
Microsoft wants you to get that Windows 10.
I mean, that's fine. But I'd kind of rather have a controller that I just plug in. I mean, maybe that's me because I'm also sitting not that far away from my computer. But yeah, you know. They also revealed their new weird two-handed motion controller as well, which was in its prototype stage. It's looks kind of like two half-moon circles that you hold. It's weird. It's got control sticks on it, so I don't know. I guess we'll know more once that gets a little closer to actually being released too.
All right, so something else coming
soon.
Coming soon, I guess, in different limbos and just crazy the history of this series. There is a Darksiders 2 collection that is coming out for PS4 and Xbox One from the original developers in Texas. And
I was actually referring to the previous story that we skipped, but we'll get back to that after this one.
Oh, oops! I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll do Darksiders 2 because there's way more action going on with this.
Yeah. So originally THQ series, then picked up by Crytek. The studio picked up by Crytek, and then the IP bought by Nordic Games, and
now it resides at Nordic Games, and the original team that created Darksiders 2 and a bunch of them from Darksiders 1, they're back.
Yeah, they left Vigil when Crytek was going through all their junk. And the 22 people that make up now Gunfire Games, 20 of them are from Vigil. So they are also working on a new Darksiders game. But in the meantime, this fall they're going to put out a Darksiders 2 Complete.
The definitive edition.
Yes.
I want to slap them for that one.
Yeah.
Because that's just a little too far. But yeah, it's going to include all the DLC that they released for that game.
Mm-hmm.
But then also coming this fall, well, just before this fall, on August 11th for the PS4, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's the game that asks the simple question, well, what happens if everybody else has already gone to the Rapture? And what happens with everybody else that's left behind?
Yeah, originally announced 2 years ago.
I'll give you a hint. Life goes on. But yeah, they're going to explore that.
Yeah, coming out in August, so Life is Strange, I guess maybe we'll have a contender for adventure game.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll also see if Ouya ever does anything again now that they're part of Razer.
Well, it's not yet finalized. but we'll see.
Yeah.
They're definitely deep in talks about buying out Ouya
Yep.
because they were in some serious trouble financially.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because they only had one exclusive notable title, Towerfall, and that got ported to PC, PS4, and Vita.
Yeah, and it kind of wasn't a good console in the first place because the controller was complete garbage, and it was really cheap to the point where it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it could only play mobile games. So, yeah. It's not surprising that this happened. It's only surprising they lasted as long as they did.
You know what is surprising, though?
Oh, highly.
How about seeing He-Man and G.I. Joe officially fight in the same game, that being Toy Soldiers War Chest?
I mean, that's a really good combo. It's such a good combo. They'll also be releasing Toy Soldiers War Chest Hall of Fame Edition, which will introduce those two sets of universes together for PS4, PC, and Xbox One sometime this summer.
And there's two other licensed properties as yet unannounced that are in the $30 Hall of Fame edition.
Interesting.
And then there's a $15 standard edition that has the original 4 armies plus He-Man and G.I. Joe. Oh, no. Okay, so alright, so here's the thing. So the Toy Soldiers War Chest, if you buy just the base thing, it's just going to have the original armies.
Okay.
He-Man, G.I. Joe, and the other two are DLC. So you either have to buy the $30 Hall of Fame edition to get everything, or if you buy the standard $15 version, you have to pay $5 each for the other universes, He-Man, G.I. Joe, or $15 to get all 4.
Right, and the two unannounced armies, we don't know what they're made of, so who knows whether you're going to want them or not.
Yeah, originally this game was published by Microsoft Game Studios on XBLA back in 2010, 2011, when you had to have a publisher to be on XBLA, and now...
Right, and also because Summer of Arcade.
Right. But now this is being published by Ubisoft, hence why it is also hitting PS4.
Yes.
In addition to PC and Xbox One.
Indeed. Also coming sometime this fall for 3DS is another Sonic Boom game.
Yeah!
Because that first one was a real banger.
Well, to be fair, this is the same people that did the 3DS one last year. The Shattered Crystal, which wasn't horrendous, but...
Well, they got one more chance to make it not suck.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're going to be able to. I mean, they're introducing a new foe called Defect. Yeah, you heard me right. D-Fect. Yeah.
Alright.
That's the kind of talent we're working with here, people.
Well, hopefully Treyarch is getting some better talents with Marshawn Lynch playing one of the main villains in Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Well, that fact is ambiguous. He is definitely a mercenary.
Yeah, well, he's playing a bad guy, so...
But we don't know that for sure. We only know that he's playing a mercenary.
Well, and we also know that the game is being ported to Xbox 360 and PS3 by not Treyarch, so Beanox and Mercenary Technology.
Yeah, so I'm guessing one is doing 360, one is doing PS3.
They'll be sharing more information regarding feature differences later in the year, and they claim that the 360 PS3 versions will come out November 6th.
Pretty sure they're not getting the beta on past gen.
No.
Because they've not said word one about that. And every time they say it, it's always PC, Xbox One, PS4.
With PS4 getting it first.
Is that really confirmed?
Yes.
Because every time I've heard it, I've never heard someone say that.
Yes, they said at the press conference.
Okay. For the beta, though?
Yes.
Alright. I completely glossed over that fact. Anyway. For those of you who do enjoy PC gaming, the Xbox One wireless controller with adapter will, as we previously said, only work for Windows 10.
Comes out July 29th, which is also either the day of or the day after the official Windows 10 launch.
Indeed. So there. Oh
no, sorry. That's July 29th is the day Windows 10 launches. The adapter will come out this fall. It's $25.
Oh yeah. They also announced that there was going to be a new 1 terabyte hard drive edition for Xbox Ones as well.
Which is already out and is $400. Still bundled with Halo Master Chief Collection, and the 500 gigs are clearanced out at $350.
Yeah, so that's a permanent price thing.
Yeah, but then
instead of a sale thing.
But then you've got the terabytes at $400, which are the same cost as a PS4.
Which maybe not the best move at the moment, but once the 500 gigs are cleared out, maybe it's time to lower that down again.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. But even a 1 terabyte, it's maybe not the best internal storage. But anyway, Obsidian is losing one of its co-founders as they depart the studio completely.
Yeah, Chris Avallone, the chief creative officer, one of the founding members of Obsidian. He's been doing a lot of the script writing and everything for KOTOR 2, Fallout New Vegas, Alpha Protocol. What's the Pillars of Eternity? So he is left to pursue future endeavors.
Supposedly he's going to be the new defense against the dark arts professor at Hogwarts.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll see where he goes and how that affects Obsidian going forward.
Yep. I think there's enough good talent at Obsidian that'll be all right.
Well, here's something that was surprising and pleasing because I didn't want to download a 40 gigabyte game. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, which came out in May digitally, is getting a physical release in July in North America. The physical release was previously a European only.
Okay. It'll be coming for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
I believe it's $20 still. Well, that's what the digital version was. I'm sure the physical version will be that, or maybe a slight bit higher.
I mean, 25 would be acceptable for a bump to maybe be a physical version. But, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's full of zombies, so it's like, I just don't care. I'd rather go play New Order rather than Old Blood. So.
Well, maybe, how about the Fortnite beta coming this fall to Mac and PC?
That sounds fun, because I'm all about free betas and such.
Yeah, I mean, this was supposed to be the first Unreal 4 engine game that people were like, is it really still happening? It's still happening, and it's hitting an open beta this fall, announced
Indeed.
during Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference keynote, considering it's hitting Mac as well.
Yeah, they played up the Mac angle because of that.
Yeah.
No word on exactly when they're going to do the beta, but sometime later the year. So, I mean, it's from everything I've heard now, it sounds interesting enough that I would be interested in playing the beta. It sounds a lot like tower defense meets a little bit of Minecraft. So, it could be a fun combo. And speaking of speaking of epic, God, why can I not say Epic Games? Oh, jeez. Apparently that word is a tongue twister for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
People Can Fly are no longer owned by Epic Games. They are now 100% on their own again.
And they control the Bulletstorm IP.
Is that what that's?
Yes, that's if you go down to the third update, or the second update. Yes. Bulletstorm IP has always been with People Can Fly. We didn't have to buy it. People Can Fly owns this IP.
So, interesting. So maybe we will see a sequel to that.
Joy!
I mean, that's not bad if they don't go completely stupid with the dialogue.
Yeah, the one Jennifer Hale game I refused to play.
That's the only part that wasn't that good, was the dialogue. Everything else seemed like really fun. So, you know. Yeah.
Well,
the demo was fun when I played it.
Well, something I'm more looking forward to coming out in a month or so, the Mega Man Legacy Collection. The first 6 Mega Man games on the current platforms, PS4, PC, Xbox One, for $15. A digital 3DS release coming in the winter.
So my question is, how many times do we have to rebuy the original 6 before Capcom gets off its ass and starts making new stuff? Because I already own the Mega Man collection for GameCube. I already own the Mega Man X collection for GameCube. I don't really need to buy it again.
Well, how about buying a version where the jump and shoot buttons aren't flipped?
That never bothered me, because I knew where the buttons were.
Well, that's good, because you've got the more valuable Mega Man collections.
And I'm not getting rid of them, because I like them. Well, anyway. So if you don't already own enough versions of the first 6 Mega Man games, yeah, sometime this summer. So, sports?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was looking up the Mega Man X collection worth $45. I guess the original collection is not worth as much. Alright, so sports, this is me. Yay! NBA 2K16, the career mode's being written by Spike Lee. And
so it could have a decent story?
We'll see, yeah. They're going the stupid NBA 2K12 route again, where they have 3 different covers. One will be Stephen Curry, who played for the world champion Golden State Warriors, or you could have James Harden of the Houston Rockets, or Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, but there's one more special cover for the special edition.
Yes, so they're just announced this week is the NBA 2K16 special edition. For $80, it's bringing back Michael Jordan on the cover. You get Michael Jordan's shoes, t-shirt, and jersey for use in the My Player mode. You get 30,000 VC to use in either My Player or My Team. You also get My Team VIP Plus, which is 3 Emerald packs and a new special edition exclusive Moments card. If you pre-order any of the versions of NBA 2K16, you get to play it starting Friday the 25th. Supposedly, if you do not pre-order, you will have to wait until Tuesday the 29th.
The special Jordan-specific modes are not returning.
Yes. It's Jordan on the cover, Jordan-related stuff for you to use in My Player, and a bunch of... It's all digital stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. It includes a physical poster and a physical fathead.
Yeah, that is a dumb thing to call wall cling sticker things.
That's the name of the company.
I know, it's a dumb thing, though.
Well, they're really popular.
It's just a dumb... Never mind. But, yeah. Both will be of Jordan.
Yeah. You can also get this collector's edition digitally. However, it's the same price, and you do not get the poster and fathead.
That seems dumb. Why not make it like $5 less or something?
I don't know.
Entice people to get it. Jeez.
Well, hey.
Anyway.
The Drive Club PlayStation Plus edition came out. Finally.
Yeah, speaking of people getting enticed to buy something, because guess what? Free. Yeah, you can get it now. It's free. Except it's going to have a very, very slow rollout for online.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably a good thing, because if they didn't, I don't know that it would be working, period.
Right.
So, yeah. The fact that the servers were still not ready to handle the influx of people coming from PlayStation Plus. That's pretty bad. Yeah.
All right.
They released it.
Yep.
They're clear finally. Now they just have to get the online rolling for it, and then everything is kosher, and they can move on to actually making a good game.
Maybe. Well. Okay. Yeah. Well, Sony, I guess, could also concentrate on one of their few retail releases coming out in the fall. Maybe, although they didn't give it much time at E3. But pre-show, they announced the often rumored Uncharted Collection hitting October 9th. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Adding a photo mode to all three games. Beta access to the multiplayer of Uncharted 4. But surprisingly, and good for me, because that means I don't have to touch it now, no multiplayer from Uncharted 2 or 3.
I mean, that would take a lot of updating to do.
Well, yeah, but now I don't care about now. I just have to... I just want to get, hopefully the beta is a code in there, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just try to snatch a code.
I mean, they're just making it more and more enticing for me to skip PS3 and go straight to PS4. Which I'm okay with. I'm more than okay with, because having to go back to that console and having it be really slow, it's not exactly something I'm looking forward to. So by porting the Uncharted games upward to PS4, that's one less game that would tempt me to get the PS3 over the PS4.
Yep.
So that's good. We're getting there.
Getting there. What else is getting there are the official Steam machines coming. Okay, this is just weird. So they're supposed to be on shelves November 10th?
Yeah, they'll be available for people to buy on store shelves November 10th.
But if you...
However, people who pre-order will be able to get their hands on them October 16th.
If they want to build it themselves and ship it to them. And GameStop's going to be one of the primary sellers of all these things, including the Steam controller.
Yeah. I mean, the controller looks alright. I mean, I would need hands-on just to know if it feels alright. But it looks good. It seems like it could work.
Yeah, GameStop is the only physical retailer outside of, Steam that is taking pre-orders on the Steam Link and controller.
I mean, I don't know that I would get the link. I don't know that I would get the link, but the controller, I could maybe go for. So, something to look for when that comes out.
Something else Steam related, and it'll come up again at the end. Steam is now offering refunds.
Yeah. So if for any reason, within the first 2 weeks of your purchase, if you play a game for less than 2 hours, you can ask for a refund for any reason, and you will be granted a refund. Now,
except for some third-party stuff, for some third-party DLC, also, like if you got, let's say, Batman for free with your new graphics card, they're not going to give you money back because you used a free, a download token.
Yeah, if you're getting something for free, there's no way to give you a refund because you didn't buy anything.
And this is games purchased through Steam, so if you go...
only games purchased through Steam, not purchased through Humble Bundles or anything like that.
Man Gaming or G2A or... Yeah.
So, couple caveats, but as long as you're in that 2-hour playtime window and 2-week window for purchase, it's not bad. Now, of course, if you abuse it, you will get found out.
Yeah, you will no longer be able.
Yeah, and they will say no. So, don't abuse it. Be nice. Be civil. I know it's the internet and people just don't do that kind of thing, but be civil, please.
Alright, so moving on to PlanetSide 2, we mentioned that a little bit ago. That officially went into an open beta on PS4 on Tuesday.
Yep. There's really not much else to say.
Yeah. Since it's free to play, though, that means you don't have to have PlayStation Plus.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
But they will also be offering a $15 monthly subscription for those interested in an enhanced PlanetSide 2 experience.
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of add-on, like, currency things, and yeah.
Yeah, it'll be increased experience, certifications, resources, marketplace discounts, monthly drops of battle cash, and access to a monthly double XP event.
Yeah, I've got to scrounge up the money to upgrade the hard drive on my PS4.
Yeah. Well, it's only like 80 or $90 for a 2 terabyte. It would be a pretty good one. Alright, and then we also found out that Mighty Number 9 was getting a collector's edition and was going to feature PlayStation cross-buy support.
Yeah, this is a physical and digital release being published by Deep Silver, coming out in America on the 15th, in North America on the 15th.
September 15th.
Yes.
So you buy it on PS3, PS4, or Vita, and it's playable on all three.
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
Now, the Vita version does not come out on the same day. It's at a later date. So the PS4 and PS3 versions, I'm sure, will have a code in there for the Vita version.
Yeah. The special signature edition will come with an extremely limited...
I think this is already sold out as well.
Probably, yeah. An extremely limited number of 6.5-inch statues of the game's hero Beck.
Yeah.
Package foil signature from Kenji Inafune. As well... no, that's it. Everyone who purchases the launch window versions of the game will also get the Retro Hero DLC, in which Beck appears to be a retro version of himself. So maybe 8-bit Beck? 8-bit styled, maybe? Has a nice little throwback.
Yeah.
Be pretty good. So, it sounds good. That game's looking really good. Can't wait to get my hands on it.
Well, maybe now that this is also coming to PC, and it is getting its infamous camera and motion blur turned off in a recent patch on PS4, And
Oh God, finally.
And those options will also be present in the upcoming PC direct-to-Steam port of Final Fantasy Type 0 HD.
Yeah.
But this was also on Xbox One, and then the patch that I mentioned, it's out on both platforms.
Yeah.
That improves the camera controls and new graphical options, i.e., get rid of the damn motion blur.
Yeah. That's a minimum. So, if you're still in the market for that game, maybe it's worth checking it out again.
Yep.
This, it makes sense, I guess, but it was odd when it happened.
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
go ahead, sorry.
So GameStop is continuing to expand by buying ThinkGeek.
Yeah, they beat out Hot Topics offer, and I take it you've not been into a GameStop lately.
Not for a while, no.
GameStop is heavy into the collectibles now. All kinds of statues and t-shirts and the pop figures and yeah.
Yeah. They're fast approaching a multi-merchandise store.
Yeah.
Not just electronics and video games.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now they've got ThinkGeek stuff. So, sure.
Alright, then...
Here's something that I am not shocked about at all.
Yeah.
Next month on August 4th, or not next month, in August, on August 14th, DC Comics and Warner Interactive will be shutting down their MOBA Infinite Crisis.
Yep.
To absolutely no one's dismay, because it wasn't very good. Back when I played it in the beta or alpha. Alpha.
I myself and Chichor Lives tried it, but we didn't know what we were doing. And our mutual friend that does League was supposed to come with us and help us out, and she never did, so...
It just wasn't very good.
You know what else isn't very good is the PS4 port of Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, I've heard there's some minor problems.
Yeah, well, it's so bad that Evo and Capcom reneged, and now Ultra Street Fighter 4 will be played on 360 once again at Evo instead of PS4.
Ooh, I guess I've been getting my training in then. Yes, Evo 2015 will be taking place July 17th to the 19th at Bally's.
Yeah, dang it. That's the weekend I'm gone in Chicago.
Oh. Well, I guess once you get back to the hotel each night, or wherever you're staying, you'll be able to stream some of that to your phone or computer.
Oh, yeah, but I'll be with I'll just watch it afterwards or whatever.
Or later on, whichever. It'll be at the Bally's and Paris Las Vegas Casino in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Alright, so this one matters basically only to me among us.
Yeah, and about maybe 10 other people who still buy physical items of something that really is more valuable digital.
Well, they sell digital versions of all their guides as well, and they come free with the physical copies now. Meh. But the Prima and Brady games are forming one. They're merging.
Yes, they're creating one standard bearer for strategy guides, which no one needs anymore.
Brady is being folded into Prima, which means that they are the dominant strategy guide maker in the world. However, they do have two competitors, Digital Press and Piggyback Interactive.
Alright, never even heard of Piggyback Interactive.
They do some of the hardcover ones, like they're doing Metal Gear Solid 5, and Future Press did stuff like the Bayonetta 1 European-only guide, Kingdoms of Amalur. Future Press is around, so...
Well, yeah, Future Press I know.
Yeah.
But never heard of Piggyback Games until now. Well, There you go. For those few of you left out there that desperately need your paper strategy guides, there you go.
Ugh.
I have to poke you
I know.
on this every time.
And
It's just so odd
and
that you have to have strategy guides for RPGs.
do you know how valuable they end up being when they go out of print?
Only a few of them. Otherwise, they're only worth maybe a couple bucks more.
They retain their value and even then some. How about my $78 paperback Witcher 2 guide sitting on Amazon?
Alright, well, what about the paper guide for Mario Kart Wii edition?
Okay, I'm not. I was just using paperbacks. Never retain.
Is that worth anything? I don't know.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it. Yeah.
I don't know. Paperback ones don't carry their value outside of a rare instance like Witcher 2 when there was no hardback edition. You're gonna make me a Mario Kart.
It was a special. It was like limited to Nintendo Power subscribers.
Well, I don't know. The Prima guide is no. It's not worth anything.
All right, that's kind of what I thought.
Well, like I said, I was just using The Witcher as an example, but the hardback RPG guides are generally retain their value, if not increase, but whatever. I'm hungry.
Right.
Let's keep going here.
Okay.
All right, because we're
those
near
car
the end.
enthusiasts out there, for all you car enthusiasts out there, Forza 6 is being bundled with a limited edition blue Xbox One for Forza's 10th anniversary. And it's gonna make car noises when you push the buttons.
Yeah, and if I actually had the money when this comes out, because I guarantee this is going to be like the Sunset Overdrive one, and it's going to be, you didn't pre-order it, you're not going to be able to get it. I'm sure it's going to be super limited, and I would actually like to have this one, but 1 terabyte, $400, as Steven said, much like the 360 special consoles of days yonder past, it will make special car noises.
Yes, comes with the newer model gamepad as well, controller.
Yeah.
So that way you can then plug in 3.5mm headphone jacks.
Yeah, like my actual Turtle Beaches would still work. Awesome.
Yeah, like my older headset that I actually like because it's comfortable. It would have been okay plugging in to my Xbox One as opposed to the one they give you for free, which is not as comfortable.
Alright, speaking of Xbox, games with gold, now the Xbox One side of things will expand to 2 games a month. And how do they celebrate that? By giving away the game that at least half of 360 or half Xbox One owners already got for free in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Yay? I guess.
The other game that will be available the second half of July until mid-August is So Many Me.
Yes, the way they're changing it to do 2 games a month now is for Xbox One. There'll be a game that's available from the first of the month to the end of the month, and then from the middle of the month that we're currently on to the middle of the next month. So in this instance, it's July 16th to August 15th for So Many Me.
And then on the 360 side of things, you get Plants vs. Zombies and Gears of War 3.
Yes, so each of the 2 Xbox One games will actually be available for a full month, that's pretty good.
All right, and our final story, not a good week for Dave Lang.
It hasn't been a good couple weeks for Dave.
Right,
at the moment.
After the shenanigans from the last night of the Giant Bombcast.
Oh god, I was laughing so much at that. I watched it again last night. Oh god.
Yeah, I listened to it while at work, but the PC port of Batman Arkham Knight that, gosh darn it, at Iron Galaxy has released with a ton of bugs and It's so buggy that Warner Brothers has authorized digital and retail refunds of Batman Arkham Knight, has suspended the sale of the game, both retail and digital, and is taking over all work on the PC version.
Yes. Which is probably a good idea, because they probably should have just pushed the PC version and said, okay, we're going to release it like a month or two later, and had Rocksteady actually do it. As opposed to trying to give Iron Galaxy, in this case, I'm guessing maybe 6 months to do it.
Yeah.
And have them work every single thing out.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough time. Everybody knows it. You need many, many months to complete a game and bug test it.
Yeah.
Especially an open world game.
Yeah.
So this isn't very surprising, but there are a few instances where some people have been okay with PC version.
Very few.
Very, very few, but there have been a few. So there you have it, folks. The news for the past week, plus all the stuff that happened just before E3 and is just maybe immediately after. Man, hell of a show.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit shorter, but we went really long last time, so it works out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just over 3 hours last episode.
Oof.
3 hours, 1 minute, and some seconds.
Okay.
We could have gone longer if we'd included all the news that we still had left over that we did today.
Yeah, we were like, no. Separate to a separate show. And
and include all the new news, yeah.
And I'm hungry and I got a Cardinal game to go to.
Alright, so we'll let you get going, because that's the end of this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the show through iTunes or the Xbox Music Marketplace. And go ahead and leave us a rating or star review. Star rating or written review. Yeah, why reverse that? Because that just helps the show get out to more listeners. If you want to follow us and send feedback, you can do so on Facebook at Checkmate Arcade. It's 2 words on Facebook. Or on Twitter, you can tweet at us at Checkmate Arcade, no spaces. You can also hit up either me individually or Jay at Dark Bossman for me.
At MSU Hitman for me.
And that's going to do it for this week, where I have been entering the home stretch in 2 different games. Stretch mo. Mighty Magic Clash of Heroes.
Yeah, I know.
And my name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And I'm really hungry, and I need to go see the Cardinals beat the Cubs. I'm MSU Hitman, Jason Billingsley.
And maybe we'll see you on live, PSN, and maybe even at a Cubs game.
Peace out, everybody.